Hello, I'm Dr. Kathy Amos, CEO of Business Empowered Mississippi Chamber of Commerce and the iBud Foundation. Today, I'm going to give you 6 helpful tips that will turn your goals into gold. That's right. I'm going to help you to turn your goals into gold. Before we get started, I want to share with you a survey that I read several years ago. And that survey to this day has helped me to stay on course with not just creating and developing goals, but manifesting those goals. So it reads, a survey from a prominent university discovered that only 3 out of 100 graduates had written down a clear list of goals. 10 years later, their follow-up study showed that 3% of the graduating class had showed that 3% of that graduating class had accomplished more financially than the remaining 97% of the class. Those 3% of the class were the same graduates who had written down their goals. So it's important that we understand that God gives us dreams, visions, so that we can create goals to manifest the beauty and the richness of His glory right here on earth. Whether it's for a ministry, a corporate 500, a business, a project, a book, it doesn't matter. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain on tables, that he may run that reads it. So it's important that we write the vision, and that vision that we see, those things that we see, are broken down into small, little bitty goals over a period of time that allows us to work that vision. It allows us to communicate that vision to others so that we can develop the ultimate team so that we can manifest our dreams. Fact number 1, when you decide exactly what you want, the how-to will come. Let me read that again. When you decide exactly what you want, the how to do it will evolve, it will emerge. When Jesus came here on earth, he came here with purpose, with mission, and with destiny. He knew what his calling was. He knew what he was supposed to be doing. He wasn't here walking the earth, trying to figure out life, trying to find out, Lord, talking to his Father, what did you bring me down here for? I mean, really? No, he had a plan. He had a purpose. His Father imparted that. So how do we get all of these dreams and goals and visions? How does all of that work? It works because we spend time with the Father. It works because we get his strategies and his plans. We get his vision for our life. We understand and we know because we talk with him about the purpose in which we were created. And so with that, we're able to operate out of those gifts and those talents that he's given us so that we can manifest heaven right here on earth. Luke chapter 19:10 says, I, the Son of Man, came to look for people who are far away from God. This is Jesus. This is what he's saying. They are in danger, and I have to come to save them. So he knew what his divine purpose was, and that was to come to earth to save mankind. And so in that 33 years that he lived here on the face of this earth, he had a trade that he did. He was a carpenter. So he developed his skills so that he can make money for himself. He was an entrepreneur. And then he was about his Father's mission, which was going from town to town, city to city, making disciples of men, causing men to believe. in him. Fact number two, he knew the product he had to offer. He knew his stuff. He knew what was in him. He knew what God had imparted in him for his mission. What has God given you? What gifts and talents or abilities has God given you for your mission, for your purpose, for what he's created and called you to do right here on earth? John 10:10 says, the thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have life more abundantly. So he knew, he says, I have something to offer them. I have life everlasting to offer every mankind. And so we have to know what we have to offer people. What products or what services do you have to offer the people that God is calling you to? You know, I've learned a long time ago that we're not for everybody. What we have and what God has given for us is not for everybody. It doesn't matter how good your products or your services are. It's only good for that target market. So you have to know who you're targeting out there in the marketplace. You've got to know who your eyes have been set on. What does your heart beat for? Who out there makes your heart beat strong for the purpose that God has put on the inside of you? Those are some questions that we need to answer. Fact number three, Jesus had a sense of destiny. Do you have a sense of destiny? Do you know that you're headed for greatness? Do you know what the ultimate vision of your life looks like? Do you know 10 years from now how your destiny is supposed to be looking? Do you not know that you are a millionaire? I know I'm a millionaire. I know that I'm headed for greatness. I know that there are many gifts and talents and abilities on the inside of me that I have to keep functioning over and over daily so that I can manifest the dream that I see from here 10 years out from now. And I want you to be able to see the same thing. I want you to be able to catch it, to know in your heart that these gifts, talents, and abilities, whether they're active or whether they're dormant, they're there for a reason. They're there so that it can manifest the very thing that God has purposed you here on earth for. You see, Jesus had a sense of destiny, but he also knew where he wanted to go. So we need to know where we want to go. With all that God has given us and all that he's commissioned us to do, the mandates that we have upon our lives, do you know where you want to go with this? Do you know where you want to go with what he's given you? He knew where people needed him. Do you know where you're needed? Again, that goes back to answering the question about your target market. Do you know who you've been called to? Do you know your tribe, your nation, the nation of people that God has created you for? John 4:3 says, so he left Judea and he went back once more to Galilee. Do you not know that you have to leave the place where you are? Even Abraham knew when he heard the voice of God to leave his hometown, take his family, and go to another land that he's never gone before. Sometimes we've got to get out of our comfort zone. We got to get out of the place that is so familiar and go to the place where God is sending us. For me, having a statewide chamber of commerce, and now we're moving into international with 2 continents, countries under our belt, I'm having to understand now that I have to go from city to city, from state to state, and even in the future to some countries, so that God can use me for his glory, so that he can manifest his kingdom right here on earth with what he's given me, with those dreams and those goals and those abilities, those talents, everything that he's put on the inside of me, so that they can manifest. Fact number 4, Jesus was detail oriented. Yes, he was detail oriented. Suppose one of you, and this comes from the book of Luke, chapter 14 and 28. He says, suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it? Are we counting the cost? Are we being detail oriented? Or do we rush through the process because we're so anxious to make money? We're so anxious to get to the end to see the manifestation of it. There's something special about the details of what God gives us and how important every detail plays out the full manifestation of that dream, that vision, that goal. This is why it's so important that we write goals on a daily basis. I have this idea I came up with some years ago, and I literally sit down at my table and I envision my life 10 years from that time. And what I saw was amazing. I saw an office building. I saw a place where I could teach and train. I saw a school. I saw a big home. I saw, big cars. I saw employees, and I saw students who were graduating, and I saw so many amazing things. But I knew that in everything that I saw in my dream and my vision for 10 years down the line needed to be broken down into small, bite-sized goals. And so again, I broke it down to 5 years and then down to 1 year, not 3 years, but 1 year. And how did I want to work my vision, my dream, my goals in that 1 year leading up to the next year, leading up to the 5 years. And what I realized was that every day I had to become intentional about writing down my goals. I had to become intentional about not skipping over important assignments, important tasks to get to the ultimate dream, because one detail missed out, one detail deleted can forfeit the whole dream. And so while you are in a place of trying to figure out, I'm procrastinating on this particular project right here. I know I need to do this, but I'm going to put it off another day. Just remember, every time you put off a task or one of the goals, you are delaying your dream. You are delaying the gold that awaits you on the other side of that project or that task. Number 5, the secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. Set your goals. I just shared that. You've got to have a daily routine. Every morning, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. At 6 o'clock, I spend 1 hour with God. I open my planner and I lay it out. And I just begin to walk and I sing to God. I pray and I talk to God about the partners of Business Empower Mississippi Chamber of Commerce. I talk to God about all of my children, my family, all of the things that encompasses my life. I talk to him about my inadequacies, my flaws, and my issues. But I also talk to him about my dreams and my visions and the assignments of the day. And as I'm talking to the Lord, Holy Spirit begins to give me little things that he wants me to do every day. And I have a list that is created in my prayer time every day. And before the week is out, I make sure that not one of those assignments are missed. Even if I get behind, at the end of the week, I'm going to go back to make sure that I dotted my I's and I crossed my T's. I think that's a good plan. So I am destined to get to the finish line in the time that I'm believing God for, if not ahead of time. I want to encourage you today to do the same. The last one is this. Number 6, your goals will change throughout life. Be willing to reset and rediscover. Your goals are going to change, and that's okay. It's okay to modify your vision. It's okay to change courses. If it's not working, stop feeling obligated to hanging on to it. Release it and let it go, and allow God to give you a new strategy, a new goal, a new way of doing it, give you a new perspective. And it may even be the way that will get you there quicker, but you're delaying time when you're working with goals that don't work for you. Change course, do the work, and get the goal. I am Dr. Kathy Amos again. For more information about Business Empowered Mississippi, you can go to our website at www.be-mississippispelledout.com. You can also go to the iBud Foundation for you budding businesses out there and you're just getting started. You really want to make the best of the first 3 years of your business life. Go to ibudfoundation.org. That is ibudfoundation.org. See you next time. Enjoy the conference.